Kyrgyzstan is not the richest country in the Asian region, and I was fairly surprised, to say the least, when I first heard about the absolutely new smart city project on the banks of the Issyk-Kul Lake. It all sounded rather like a dream project for wildly corrupted politicians where they can launder money endlessly. But to my surprise, the construction of the Asman Smart City has already started. Today I want to have a look at the project and speculate a little about the possible future of Asman City. So this is going to be the city on 4,000 hectares of land that's 20 times smaller than Madrid, for example, and about 3 times smaller than Rome in Italy. The city will actually be pretty compact. This is going to be a city planned from scratch, so they will plan every district to carry out a certain function in the entire project. Also, the project doesn't have a lot of tall buildings, just a couple of commercial towers in the center. The residential buildings are going to be pretty short, for the sake of comfort of living. Now comes the most interesting part. The planned population of Asman City is estimated to be 500,000 to 700,000 people when the entire project is finished. This is quite a lot, given the plan doesn't contain a lot of tall buildings. But the strange thing is that the entire population of Kyrgyzstan is about 7 million people, according to Google's sources, and the new city will potentially add residential opportunities for 10% more people than are now living in the country. This looks weird at first sight, but you should look at the map to understand the tricky plan of Kyrgyzstan authorities and French investors. Kyrgyzstan is a close neighbor of China, and it has a lot of business connections with this country. Also, we already know that Chinese investors have been searching for offshore places to build these so-called smart cities, like the one called Forest City that's located in Malaysia. Since the political climate in Malaysia is not perfect for Chinese citizens, they are in search of other offshore zones, and Kyrgyzstan now seems the perfect place. Also, the officials from Kyrgyzstan were talking about a special high-speed railway system that would connect Asman City with China and Kazakhstan. So they are basically trying to bring in 700,000 rich guys from other countries and make them invest in their economy, live on their land, buy their products, and pay them taxes. The estimated cost of building this smart city is $20 billion, but I wouldn't be so optimistic. Chinese investors spent about $100 billion to build the Forest City, and the projected population of the Forest City is also about 700,000 people, so I believe the eventual cost of a smart city will be much more than 20 billion. Okay, it's much cheaper to build something in Kyrgyzstan, but still this smart city will require a lot of technologies and expensive solutions. Funny enough, the GDP of Kyrgyzstan is about $11 billion, so the city will cost as much as the entire country earns for 2 years. For now, we know that Kyrgyzstan authorities do their best to convince locals that the new smart city will not hurt the local ecology. The city is being built on the bank of the Issyk-Kul Lake, which is considered one of the cleanest lakes in the area. Also, they are basically building the city in the area that used to be a natural reserve. So local people have significantly less enthusiasm than the authorities. Experts estimate that the project will be more or less ready in 7 to 10 years. Investors have already paid about $5 billion, and the work has been in progress for about half a year now. Of course, we are very far away from seeing at least one finished building in the new Asman City, but the project now seems to be more real than it was a year ago. Also, with the investors from France and Sudan, with their bags of money, the construction is not going to be stopped by a dozen ecology activists. Let's see if Kyrgyzstan will become the first country to host almost 1 million rich foreigners in a planned city built absolutely from scratch.